In this lesson, we will cycle the animation. Once the animation is cycled, we'll be able to see the result of that cycle by viewing each f-curve's infinite curve. Now what's great about that is we can use that to make sure that the actual function curve blends smoothly into the infinite curve to create a very seamless transition from pose to pose. Alright, so let's go ahead and learn how to cycle our animations. We'll head over to our selection set to grab controls. Let's right click and head over to our curve editor. Now I'd highly recommend that under the show menu, underneath auto expand, we have animated on. With that off, take a look, we do not have access to all animated parameters. So once we turn this on, you can see now we're able to quickly go in and grab all of the tracks that we've animated. Also take a look at what is selected. Again, underneath the show menu, if we were to go to auto select, you could see animated is active. That's exactly what we want, so we can get to those custom parameters. Now, once they are highlighted here, we're ready to head over to edit and choose controller and grab out of range types. Now you'll notice that it's grayed out, we can't access it. I find a way to access that if you're having trouble doing so is to just go ahead and select, let's say, a track, go in and choose edit controller out of range types. You can see it's active now. And now we could just use the standard constant track, which is exactly what we see by default in Max. Nothing is looped. So I'll go ahead and choose OK. And now if we were to go back to our selection set and go back to edit controller, you can see now we can get to our out of range types to cycle the animation, which is the second choice at the top. Let's choose OK and take a look. You can see the entire animation cycles through. Now we have this information here on frame 0. It's essentially just a way to get back to the character's default position, the neutral pose, but we do not want that because it'll cause the cycle to kind of pop, bringing the character back to, again, this default position. So all we need to do is go to frame 0 here. We'll highlight all of those keys and press the delete key. Alright, so you can see everything is in our cycle range now, which is wonderful. Alright, so just to check and make sure the animation does cycle, we'll hold down Control and Alt and we'll start to drag with the right mouse button to add more frames at the end of the animation. If you'd like to add more at the beginning, hold down Control Alt and use the left mouse button. But I'll bring that back to frame 1, and now we can play this back and you can see that the animation will continue to loop. Very exciting. Alright, so I'll go ahead and bring this back to frame 15. So we'll hold down Control Alt and start to adjust the end time using, again, the right mouse button until we've brought the animation back to its range. Great. Alright, so our animation cycles now. That means we could start to clean things up. We're already at that step. In the next lesson, we'll start to correct the arcs and the legs.